Hey YouTubers, Austin27 back here, and we have a Riese Easter egg series. Our first Easter egg here is Attract the Trinity and True Power will be yours. It's a little hint at the trophy you can receive in the original World at War version of Der Riese. Again, if this is a series you're not familiar with, it's a series in which I go map by map, take you through all the Easter eggs that I know up to this date. So the series is never really over because we can always add more Easter eggs through patches and so on and so forth. So the next Easter egg we have here on Der Riese is JD. This was actually a call out to the community manager at the time, and his initials were JD, or that's at least how he was addressed on Twitter. And it was really neat to see that they cared about their community manager until he was either let go or quit not too long ago, just at the end of Black Ops. Here above by the clock we have the 935 numbers, which is just showing you Group 935, and this is their facility. It's just an Easter egg to see Group 935's presence. Clock in Der Riese has its own Easter egg, but as funny enough is the time in Der Riese is 1:15, and it seems that the seconds handle is stuck between 9 and 35 of the clock, where 7 is 35 and 9 on the actual hours counter. Many have thought there's an actual more to the clock to try and get it from being stopped, but it seems like it's stopped in time, same as the eclipse, which could maybe explain a lot more in our story. From the skies of Der Riese, you can see two words, help and SOS, written by the maybe survivors that were trying to survive but were later killed by the zombie outbreak, or Operation Shield, as Richtofen called it, that ended up destroying Der Riese and setting it into the mayhem that it is. Written on the walls in Der Riese by just about every teleporter is "Return through Aether," which translates into heaven, which makes us all go so crazy about this dimension in which Sam exists. That is what Aether is. Next to the box on the wall by a radio near the B teleporter, and right on the entrance to the C, or A teleporter, excuse me, is where you can find all these writings of "Return through Aether." It's very interesting to see these finds and try and understand the reason why these writings on the walls were there. At first we thought it was just because of the teleporters, but later went on to find out that it was much more. On the wall we can see "Teddy is a liar," which is actually the password that is written, that Richtofen uses in Moon to control all the MPD device and security systems on Moon or Griffin Station. If you look at it long enough, people have said the T fades and it says Eddie is a liar. But I have yet to truly see that happen. But Eddie is a liar was also a knock at Edward is a liar. He's lying to our people, our heroes, that he's leading them into his grand scheme, as we all know, was to take over the zombies. That is why Teddy is a liar, because he wasn't telling the truth to our survivors, and Edward lies anyway just because he can. As we continue going through Max's room here, or that's what at least it looks like, we can find the hanging man, which I think to be Dr. Groff, that hangs himself in the radio we heard in the very last part of our Der Riese Easter egg series, episode 1. You can always check that out in the description below. It's linked, or at the end with the annotations. Also in here we have help written on the wall, which is just pretty much an Illuminati code, as well as Group 935 manuals and a bunch of books. In the blackout version, I think some of these books are actually labeled Richtofen's Wonder Waffle DG2 and DG3 that you can actually read for yourself. Well, you can't actually read it, but it's Edward's book on how he made the Die Glock 2. So I'm going to take you around looking through these books here for a second, but we'll get a good look at the pages, and you can always pause it or stop it if you guys think you see something extra. But mostly what it is talking about is how your life is dedicated to 935, as in our great speech by Max's. And in the event that there's a failure, someone figures something out, you need to take cyanide to kill yourself, or what's actually believed to be cut off is use a teleporter, because at the time they weren't working and you would end up frying yourself. Any of those methods would work. Pretty much kill yourself, suicide, and it's all written by Maxis. I believe he's the leader of Group 935. Some would argue that he isn't, but I'm still pretty sure that he is the leader of Group 935 because he organized it, and there's so much going around and about it, and the executive decisions he made, like joining the Nazi Party. I'm sure there was more higher ups with him that helped him organize, and we got more and more decisions going back and forth, but I think he had a majority of the say in what to do, as well as we can see a map on this side of the page of possibly where Group 935's stronghold was located. The next Easter eggs are pretty cool here because they are labeled ENG, FRA, and GER, and it's thought to be the locations that these teleporters were supposed to teleport you, and that would be England, France, and Germany, possibly to teleport soldiers behind enemy lines and back home. And it was a pretty good idea that we can see where these boards are labeled, but nothing's ever been confirmed or found out about it, but they are neat Easter eggs nonetheless. By double tap, you can find another field operations manual, which has the same stuff we saw earlier, but it's still neat to go check it out and be like, oh, look at that. It's actually in there hidden in vents right by double tap, right under our noses. Going down the hallway where the Area 51 radio is, where he addresses the board, we can see a paw print, possibly a bear print, on the wall in blood. There are many of these around Riese, but as well as Dr. Maxis's actual ID card that fell down here, as well as a Group 935 manual. So possibly could this be the place where Maxis had his undoing, or maybe this stuff just ended up getting down here and falling through the ground as I try and get a good shot of that. We do know that Maxis was teleported and not killed, so most likely, the zombies just kind of threw his crap all around the room, which is kind of funny to think about. Along the walls in Riese, we have HELP, or help, as we've seen in all of our maps, written 3 times in Riese, which is a lot more than most of the maps that I've counted in the past. So it's very interesting to see the emphasis on help in this map, because it's one of the most devastating and pretty awesome maps in all the game. This next letter is found by Teleporter B, and it's written in Illuminati, and it says, from our people at Treyarch, it says, thank you to the community, we appreciate all your support, and we will return. Something along those lines exactly. I haven't decoded the entire message the proper way, but that is what it said in general. The last bits we have here is Illuminati code all around the map. That this is right by Juggernaut, and I know I'm kind of covering the Illuminati code, but this is what it says all around the maps. You'll see Living Dead, Edward's Alive, this note in the spawn room, it says in Illuminati code, Edward, it's time to kill Magicus. It's just a lot of little neat stuff here or there that's not really too groundbreaking and stuff, but it's pretty cool. This one is Living Dead back here. That is on the back of our amazing wall that you'd have to use a sniper to see. Over here we have a very, very, very long note here, and I'm just going to put it up on screen. This is over by the double barrel shotgun. I thought it would just be easier for me to type it out for you guys, so you really don't have to worry about anything too crazy and really trying to read the visible pixels on screen. This one too, you go over and press the action button or interaction button on the lowest of the low and of the bricks, and you'll get this. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.